Hi, and welcome to this edition of Spyder News. Spyder News is designed to kind of give you an idea of what's going on at Poison Spyder. In the last few weeks, actually since Off-Road Expo, it's been events. As a matter of fact, the last Spyder News came to you live from an event in Johnson Valley, and since then we've been to two other events. We were at the Tin Bender Jamboree where Shad, Super D, and John Grounds showed up and led Clawhammer. Sherry and I were at the Air Park Jeep Jam, and the purpose of these events is for us to put a face to a name. We talk to a lot of you on Facebook, and it's great to be able to shake your hand and talk to you in person. It's also a great way for you to see our product in person and get any technical questions you might have answered right there on the spot. So we love going to events. It's a great tool for us to educate you on our parts, and a great way for us to, again, get to meet a lot of you. And with that said, the next, 3 or 4 weeks, we have probably another 6 events coming up. So let me go over a few of those events for you right now. And this weekend, we're not only all over the country, we're going international. First, we've got Rick and Courtney going to Florida, where they'll meet up with Con Candace. They're there for the Jeeptoberfest, which is hosted by the Ocala Jeep Club in Bellevue, Florida. It's a great event with a great obstacle course, usually a fantastic show with a really cool setting. This is the first time Rick has gone to the Southeast on behalf of Poison Spyder, so it's a great opportunity for him to meet a lot of you. If you've called and placed an order here, Rick is probably the guy you talk to, so make sure you stop by and say hi to Rick. And Ramiro, I'm really hoping that you can show Rick a good time like you always show us when we're down there. And by the way, I'm getting a little low. If Rick has got room in his suitcase, make sure he brings something home for me. Shad and Greasy have already gone to the Lake Elsinore to set up the hauler for the Lucas Oil race this weekend. They're setting up a pit for a good friend of ours who will be racing in the Pro 2 this weekend. They'll be there all weekend. It's night races Saturday and Sunday night, so be sure and stop by and say hi to Chris and Shad. Shad will have Cream Puff there. It's a build that we've kind of been tinkering with for the last couple of years. It's not necessarily a low buck build, but it's not a high-end build, but it works really well. Kind of a really cool Jeep that works exceptional for what we kind of played around with on this thing. So an opportunity for you guys to take a look at that. I'll have to miss both these events, which are both very cool events, and both of them have got great shows, from Ramiro putting on a show at the obstacle course to the Pro 2 races or all the races at the LOORS race. Because I'll be going to pre-run the Baja 1000. I'll get in a little more detail about that in a second. Immediately after I get back from pre-running the Baja 1000, I'll have just enough time to do laundry, hopefully, and get to the SEMA show. The SEMA show is probably the world's largest car show, but it's a business-to-business show, so generally the public doesn't get to see what goes on at SEMA, and we're going to try and change that a little bit this year. We'll be shooting video from early on in the event and try to actually produce it and get it out while the event's still going on, so you can see what actually happens at the SEMA show. So check out our Facebook page during the SEMA show. Hopefully we'll have some pretty cool video for you to check out, and you'll see what actually goes on at this show. So this year, Shad will have to leave the SEMA show just a little bit early because he'll be representing Poison Spyder at the Parker Desert Splash. That's the weekend immediately following the SEMA show, and as we get closer, we'll put some information up on that event on our Facebook page, so keep an eye out for that. So while Shad's going to the Desert Splash, an event that I would normally go to with him, this year I'm not able to make that because I'll be getting ready, as I mentioned, to go back down to race the Baja 1000. As many of you know that I've been pretty loyal to BFG for years, ever since Poison Spyder, and for many of you that didn't know me before Poison Spyder, everything I did prior to that was on BF Goodrich tires. From my pickup truck in high school had all-terrains to my rock crawling days, where all the championships we won, all the events we won are always on a BF Goodrich tire. I've won the Baja 1000 in our class on a BF Goodrich tire. I won Vegas to Reno in our class on a BF Goodrich tire. I've won the King of the Hammers modified class on a BF Goodrich tire. So everything I've ever done has been on off-road, has been on a BF Goodrich tire, and that's by choice, not because they paid me to do it or anything. It's because that was the best possible tire available to do those things. So I've always unofficially been a BF Goodrich ambassador. Last summer, I got the news that I'm now officially a BF Goodrich ambassador for the year of 2014. It's a great honor. I'm overwhelmed that they've picked me, and I'll do the best I can to represent their brand in the best way I know how. But with that honor comes a couple of pretty cool perks, and one of them is the ability to race the Baja 1000 on the BF Goodrich team. Taking advantage of that perk this year. I'll be racing with there's two cars that BF Goodrich will be putting forth. It's the wide open Baja class. I'll be in BC1, which is the first car off the line in that class, which is again a pretty cool starting position for our class. Wide open Baja has a great track record in Baja with a pretty astronomical finishing record. And BF Goodrich, of course, there's nobody better in Baja than BF Goodrich. You know, they sponsor just about everything. They're there creating the course maps. Nobody has more wins in Baja than BF Goodrich, so I'm honored to be a part of their team. Because this race is so epic, and this really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, we're going to do the best we can to document just how epic this race really is, how grueling it is, how much work it takes to get a car from Ensenada and 1,000 miles and back to Ensenada in this case. It's one of the toughest things that most people will ever do, and we want to be able to tell that story. So we're going to do the best we can to tell that story via video and pictures. We may not be able to do it as it's happening because we'll have some pretty intermittent cell service while we're down there and Wi-Fi service or internet service, but we'll definitely try to tell the story when we get back. We want you to experience this just like you were there, and I want to have this, of course, for my scrapbook. This will be something I can tell my grandkids, and I want to make sure that we document it. So keep an eye out for that. So even though we may not be able to post video from the race as it's happening, you'll probably have more information on the race as it's happening than we will as we're in Baja. If you go to the SCORE webpage, and we'll give you details on how to do that later, they'll have a tracking device where you can see where our car's at in relationship to the other cars in our class or in relationship to all the cars on the course. I'll also have my spot tracker on me, which will tell you when I'm in the car, when I'm out of the car, when I get back in the car, so you can see where I'm at in relationship to the race car, see if we're chasing at the moment or if I'm in the race car actually racing or co-driving. So we'll have information on how to track us as we get a little bit closer to the race. As ambassador for BF Goodrich, I guess you can say that BF Goodrich is the official tire for Larry McRae. The equivalent to that would be the partnership we just formed with BF Goodrich as Poison Spyder. So BF Goodrich is now the official tire of Poison Spyder, so that's an announcement that we're very proud of and honored to be a part of the BF Goodrich team as a business. Also as a business, as you might know, we are the official armor of King of the Hammers 2013, and that honor has been bestowed upon us again for the 2014 race. We'll have the official tire of Poison Spyder on our Crispy build, which is our King of the Hammers entry for 2014. We'll also have the official armor of King of the Hammers on that Jeep. So we'll get into a little bit more detail on that build probably after I get back from the Baja 1000. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you hopefully next time live from SEMA.